Hey gamers, today I want to talk about cards that were hype that we expected to see everywhere, the cards that made the expansion, but did not really find their place yet. These three cards really have underperformed from what we expected from them. They did not create the archetypes we thought they would do, and they're certainly not prevalent on the ladder. So without further ado, let's start.
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Cho'Gall was that sweet new legendary with the cool design that we really never seen before. We thought, hey, that shit's cool, we can make some big tempo plays with Siphon Soul, or you can clear the whole board with a Hellfire, let's say. Turns out, it's really not that impactful, and Warlock does not really need these huge tempo swings. They either need small efficient minion, so they can abuse life tap with it, or tools to make them survive. Cho'Gall does neither of those things. I think Cho'Gall will find its place in Wild, probably a few expansions down the line, in like Reno decks or things like that, because it's gonna need a whole new archetype. It doesn't work in Zoo, and it doesn't work in Reno Lock. It does work to some extent, but it's really not as consistent as we thought initially, and that's why it's the number 3 on this list. God, this card frightened some of us. We pretty much all said to ourselves, oh god, please not an aggro paladin with sticky minions. Because Divine Favor is still broken as fuck, and we were really afraid that paladins could dump their hand and that we could just not deal with the board. Especially with the new 1-drop that they got, we were really afraid of how obnoxious it would have been. I personally was really hyped about this one because I really like the concept of a divine shield paladin that could just stay always on the board. My favorite archetypes are always like mid-rangey sticky boards, that's why I love Zoo, and I really expected this deck to be good, and that's the first thing I tried. And when you play it, you really see why it underperforms. It's very awkward to play. You can't play on turn 3 because it's gonna die straight away, so you have to play it with either another 1-drop or 2-drop with 1 health on turn 5. But as an aggro deck, you really don't want to hold cards back. You really want to dump your hand as fast as possible in the most efficient way. And Steward of Darkshire is really the opposite of efficient. You gotta hold back and then dump it in 1 turn, which is a bit too late usually with the tools that Divine Paladin got, and it's just not enough. Especially with the new weapon that they have. I just thought that it would be enough to push the archetype, but as I just mentioned, you have to hold back too much cards to get the full value, and it's just not working for now. Maybe we're gonna see some Temple Paladins in the next expansion or somewhere in the near future, but for the moment it's just too clunky to be dominant, and that's why it's number 2 on this list. Boy, that card was hyped! Although mid-range shaman is a thing right now, it's certainly not because of this card. We just really thought Alazil would tie the deck together, would bring out finally the mid-range shaman and the control shaman in the meta. But sadly, it just does not make the cut. The sad truth is turn 5 is already kind of late, and if you drop it without playing anything, it's just gonna die straight away, especially against Aggro Shaman or Zulog that already have a strong position. And if you wait until turn 8 to play with either Elemental Destruction or Lightning Storm, usually it's not gonna save you. Either you're already dead, or they have such a strong board that your board clear is just too weak and won't even wipe them, and you're overloaded for the next turn. I wish it finds its place soon because I love the concept, I love the art, I love everything about this card. But for now, it's just the number 1 underperformer because it was one of the most hyped card, and it absolutely saw 0 play. At least in my ladder experience, I have never encountered this card. I want to thank everyone who supports me and everyone who just leaves kind comments comments on my videos. It really helps a lot, you have no idea. You guys are what makes me keep pushing. And in this video I want to thank Brendel Bircher, Asterix, Darkseeker Hearthstone, Future Wolf Official, my boy Nateson, and everyone else who left comments. From now on, I will take 2 comments from the last video and I will always include them at the end of each of my vlogs to just show you guys how much I appreciate it. Thank you again for watching and have a great day.